It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Greg! It's official. Chris Sims looks like a fool. When a famous person passes away, guess whose thoughts I don't care about? Everyone on Twitter. I don't go to Twitter for eulogies. Please stop. Keith Jackson, you were the voice of a sport. Not many, if any, can say that. Rest in peace. Headline: John Gruden's return means the Raiders are one step closer to being back on track. A season ago, they were 12-4. Pretty sure back on track was already taken care of by Jack Del Rio, which got me thinking. John Gruden knows this is a talented team. I know it's a talented team. I also know this talented team was not built by Gruden. Therefore, any Super Bowls won with this Raider team will not count as a Super Bowl for John Gruden in my personal record book. Football is cruel. Nick Foles, Case Keenum, and Blake Bortles, at least one of those three, will get to a place that Phillip Rivers has never been. NBC, lowest rated Super Bowl of all time. Collision course. 7 consecutive AFC championship games. Is there anything more reliable in the history of sports than the Patriots? Here's the frustrating part about that. If Tom Brady retired 7 years ago, he still would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer and considered by many to be the greatest quarterback of all time. I hate him. Leonard Fournette, more like Leonard Scornette. 25 carries, hurt ankle. Guessing on Monday, Leonard was Sornet. What happened there? The 2 4th and short calls by Mike Tomlin were the 2 worst calls in the history of the NFL. Tomlin, you can't look like a successful leader of men with spit frozen in your beard for 2 hours. Ben Roethlisberger, when that call comes in from the sideline, you might want to remind your coach, you're a Hall of Famer. You need an inch. You're 6'4", and have a face that makes you look like you are 300 pounds. Not certain what that last part has to do with anything. Absolute cheap shot. Big Ben. More like Too Big Ben. Danica Patrick. Aaron Rodgers. Genuinely interested in who wears the pants in that relationship. Kevin Durant wants to own an NBA team. Here's an idea. Win a title first. Mike Tomlin, how do you expect to get out of a stadium alive when, on 4th and an inch, you decide a pitch to Le'Veon Bell 5 yards back from the inch you need against the best defense in the NFL is your best option? Philadelphia Eagles, you want a home playoff game. Relax. I'll take my chances with Julio Jones every time. Can't believe they didn't hand the ball to Devontae Freeman. If for some reason I'm ever coaching and I'm faced with a 4th and 1, remind me to not get advice on what play to call from Todd Haley. Steelers, Jags, basically came down to 2 4th and shorts. And Greg, that's why they call it a game of inches. Wait, are they not running quarterback sneaks because Ben won't run quarterback sneaks? We're honoring Keith Jackson, and it isn't funny, or isn't it funny, that Jacksonville is playing so well is the worst use of wordplay in the history of broadcasting. Congratulations, Dan Fouts. Get the hell out of here. Juju Smith-Schuster, 3 catches, 5 yards. Oi! Poor Fox pays all that money for NFL TV rights, and what do they get? Nick Foles and Case Keenum. I'm in the business, and I'm not certain I'll watch that game. I'm telling you, Fox would take Jameis Winston and Kirk Cousins over Case Keenum and Nick Foles. If getting out of bounds had a Hall of Fame, the only person that would be in that Hall of Fame would be Ted Ginn Jr., Aaron Rodgers, Danica Patrick, Dan's jealous. Tom Ricketts said Sammy Sosa would not be welcomed back by the Cubs organization until he comes clean on everything. Ricketts, the reason you and your family made so many hundreds of millions off of Sammy Sosa was because he wasn't clean and didn't come clean. By the way, if Sammy Sosa is welcome back, can you imagine the reaction from the fans at Wrigley when they realize he's now white? No one wants to coach Eli Manning. Want to know how important the quarterback position is? Matt Patricia is willing to live in Detroit because Detroit has a better one than New York. And Josh McDaniels is willing to live in Indiana. The Tennessee Titans told Mike Mularkey before the game that they would get his contract extension done after the game. And after the game, they fired him. Tennessee Titans, the Stugotz is strong in you. While the Patriots were rolling to yet another AFC Championship game, the Jets' Twitter was begging fans to vote to get them to the next round of NFL celebrations. I hate being a Jet fan. He can't lose. Jeff Fisher is going to take credit for Nick Foles or Case Keenum making it to the Super Bowl. Hey, Chris Paul, Blake Bortles made a conference championship before you did. Had 10 shots of Fireball this weekend. That's the devil's drink. Had me feeling like hell. Art Briles must love it. Greg, those are the weekend observations.